Good morning, beautiful souls. How are you today? I'm doing really, really well. I'm excited to continue to use the One World Tarot, which we started using for the 3-card pick-a-card reading. It was in one of those readings. So if you missed that, go back and check it out. It's pretty cool. I was excited about some of the information that I got, and yesterday was pretty interesting as well, receiving what feels like somewhat galactic information, possibly, to kind of balance out what we're getting in like the micro level, what we're seeing here on the planet. So let's dive into the cards and see what they have to say for this Tarot Tuesday. All right, so bringing our energy in, what is it that we most need to know at this time in the collective energy? Oh, I love this. So what a beautiful way to start. So what this is saying to me is that one thing is there's a lot of information going on right now about our world, I feel like. And when I was talking about there being kind of galactic information that could be coming through for us, we're not a planet floating around and out in the universe all by ourselves. So that's what I think this is kind of focusing on. And there's several things that I'm noticing right away. And the World card is pretty much the same in most tarot decks, but this one has a little bit of something unique that I'm noticing. And I see this divine feminine energy kind of draped across the earth and telling us that I feel like it's like a new beginning, right? Like, so she's naked to the world. She's coming out brand new because this is the new her. And in this is, you know, the cosmos, the galactic beings, everyone is watching what's going on right now in our world is what I'm feeling like. And like, what does that mean for us? Thank you for some more information. Okay, wow. So this feels very hopeful, right? And this one does not. And this is kind of what we were getting yesterday. This is a major arcana card. This is a major arcana card. There is a major, and I'm almost feeling like it's two different worlds, right? Because this is the world, it's blue, it's, you know, divine. It just feels luscious. It feels inspirational. It feels happy. And then we have the Tower card over here with the 5 of Pentacles. And the Tower card is a complete falling apart of something. And I kind of feel like we all know what that is. And I think it's the systems, all these systems that have been in place to control us, right? This is literally, it looks like it's sitting on top of a volcano. So inevitably it would erupt, meaning that it wasn't built on a solid foundation. It was built on a foundation of movement and of like fiery energy, which is about transformation. So what I'm seeing here in this card is that there's a major transformation, that everything, all of these false structures or man-made structures like this were not meant to stay. They were meant to come into our world, into our space for a limited time so we could experience that and a lot of what we did not want. Like all the rules and regulations and the tightening up of making sure everybody stays in line, and imprisonment and war and lack, and a few feeling like they deserve to hoard money and while others are struggling. And this is showing, you know, the 5 of Pentacles is around change. Is like, this is the biggest change that you can get in the tarot. And that's what's going on right now. This massive upheaval of structures that were never meant to stay. They were meant to, I believe, show us their inability to do what the world does, right? This, it's so funny because I just put my arm right over the top of the heat. And that's what this is. It's like the heat, it's so hot right now, it has to blow. It's like everybody is feeling the heat of these moments right now. But this is like self-contained and natural and in flow. And no one is fighting. They're all different beings, but nobody is above the other, and everybody is equally invested in the outcome. And when we have these false structures and certain people decide what the rules are, they're always going to lean in their direction, right? Because man is flawed inevitably. And this is going to create hardship for a lot of us. It's going to create hardship for beings on the earth here and who have been part of this. So let's see if we can get like one more card. It's really like continuing kind of and the Eight of Cups is time to walk away. And that's exactly what we all need to do, is we need to walk away from all these systems that we know aren't working. From, presidents who more and more, even here in the United States, I feel like the system was put together with integrity originally. So we could have union for everybody here. So everyone could have a place on the earth. But what has happened is men have become greedier and greedier, and they have squeezed everything until it only benefits a few. And for some reason, they can't even see their flawed system and how there's no way that it can sustain itself. And that's what's happening right now. So I think that this week is going to be a big week of change. And I haven't turned on the news, so I have no idea what's going on. I do know that there was a bombing, which is horrifying. And then I see all this, fear stuff going out into the world because our president doesn't feel like he needs to follow the rules that were set forth by his forefathers. You know what I mean? You can't just go and do whatever you feel like as president. I think somebody forgot to tell him that. And because there's a system in place, so people can't just be destructive. And that's exactly what it is that he's destructive. So I feel like he's imploding. And who is he taking with him? He's taking the country that elected him down with him. And so what we're seeing here is the actions of a few finally coming to head, showing it for what it is. Its limitations, its impermanence, its flawed system, and leaving people out in the cold, because the people who are in power, what do? They always take care of themselves first, because they feel like they have more value than the rest of us. So they take care of themselves first and leave other people kind of out in the cold. Now, the thing about Five of Pentacles, it's around changing. So we've all had times in our life where we have felt the lack of something. And here there's golden light coming from right next to them, right? And so they can easily go in here for respite. And that's what it's telling us to do, to find respite within community and things that really nurture our heart and our soul, and walk away. This is like, gosh, I heard this, into the down into the valley of death. And it's like the walking through this dark time to be able to be rebirthed on the other side. It's time to, like, this is heart energy, right? The things that we really loved about some of these systems, the new cars and all the stuff that we had. And this is everyone is on a solo walk, really. Even though we have family and all that, we can only experience things from where we are. So part of this is each one of us, I think, are going to be asked what is important and where do we want to go and what is our heart telling us. And then walk in a new direction that honors ourselves and the planet and all the beings that are on it, because we're all the same. We're all feeling it. We're all feeling the imbalance and the need for change. So I feel like we're getting a lot of attention right now. And I think that, you know, of course, we're getting a lot of attention because of what our president here in the United States just did. But I think it's beyond that. It's outside in the galactic that is watching and just watching the destruction and the things that need to fall, so that we all have divine will and choice to walk into a new day. I love that this one looks like a Native American, really honoring and knowing that there are times when you have to like move forward and you have to make a decision that is true for you in your heart. And that is what this one is doing, like walking away. And that when they walk away, they're walking away in the night. So what are you going to see when you wake up on the new day tomorrow, right? What is the tomorrow going to look like once you leave the space that you're in? So there is, I feel like, the words I'm getting, like a great reckoning that's happening right now, that this is our truth. In my mind, this is my world. And this is the world that I never felt nurtured in, right? This is the world that didn't, you know, I was in, you know, art and all those creative areas that aren't necessarily honored and rewarded the same way other more left brain opportunities are. And there's nothing wrong with those, no judgment. So with all this being said, I think I'm going to wrap up this reading. Where are we all going? We all have a choice point here. What world do we want to live in? Do we want to live in a world that's all inclusive, one that feels nurturing for all, one where we all share the resources and we work together to be able to have the things that we want to have? Or do we live in a world where there is, you know, these people that construct these towers that they feel that of isolation, basically, so only a few are cared for in you know, crisis, right? So yeah, so I feel like this is asking us to really make a decision to honor ourselves and find solace, and then go inward to find out what is the path ahead for each and every one of us. What world do we want to be a part of? So thank you so much for being here at the Art of the Oracle, and until tomorrow, have a magical day. Bye now.